In this video tutorial, I'm going to show you how to customize your new PremiumPress theme. So let's get started. Okay, so before I begin, this is going to be a long video tutorial, and I've added the sections in the YouTube description to skip parts that you've already covered before. If at any time you do enjoy this video, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe to our channel to stay informed about new video tutorials. So in front of me we have the getting started page for the dating theme. I've literally just installed it, so this is the welcome screen you're going to get. So let's start from here and go ahead and start building our new online dating website. So firstly, I'm going to watch this video, which is probably the video you're watching right now, and after I've done so, I'm going to click on create my website. Now from here, I'm instantly given the option to choose which of the templates I want to start with. Now it's worth noting you can customize all of these designs, switch designs or change to a different one at any time. So just select a design that helps you get started. So I'll find one I like. I'm going to start with this one here. I click the one I want, you can see the red box is highlighted, and I simply scroll to the bottom and click continue. Now the theme is going to install the new design for me, and it's going to take me to the home page so I can preview it. As you can see, the new design is installed. I can scroll down and I can see this is what it looks like on my new home page. So instantly the website is set up for you, and that's how all of the PremiumPress themes work. We install everything you need to visually see it working just like the demo website, because it's easier to visually edit something than it is to start from scratch. So in this first section, I'm going to show you some of the basic options and where to find them in the admin area. Okay, so let's go to the admin area. Again, we click on the PremiumPress options, we click on design, and these are the design options we currently have. Now the top two are what we try to separate between the new design and an existing design. For example, we've just installed this design. If I wanted to edit this design, I would use the edit options, and if I wanted to change this design, I would use the new design options. So firstly, let me explain some of the options below, and then I'll go ahead and reset the design and show you how that works. So obviously we have other options under design such as logo and fonts. These should be quite self-explanatory. If I wanted to change the logo, etc. at the top, so as you can see my Escorts Online, I can change it here. We don't recommend you add long logos. For example, if I change the text here, you can see it's just about enough to get the text in here. Okay, but if I made it really long, so for example in New York, okay, save settings. Because the text is so long, you're going to start to influence the navigation options. So if you're using a large logo, then use an image. If you are happy with a short logo, or if your company has a small logo, then go ahead and continue using a text one. Okay, so we have the other options, for example, header and footer. I'll explain that again a little bit later on, but the header is at the top, obviously, and the footer is the one at the bottom. And those header and footer are global, so they are displayed throughout the entire website. So we can go ahead and edit things like the menu bar, the design, etc. using these options here. We have pages, which I'll cover in a moment in detail because that's quite important. The single page, which is what we call the profile page. So for example, on our dating website, if I clicked on our listing, okay, this is what we call the single page or the listing page. So we can change the design of this page here. Now obviously the theme comes with 3 different styles, and then the demo you can see at the top. So we have style 1, which is this current design. Okay, so that's style 1. We have style 2. Okay, so this is style 2. And again, style 3. So basically, because we have 3 different styles here, you can select the style you want in the admin to fix it and set it as the design. And you just select it from the drop down list. And obviously underneath we have additional on-off options available for each of the designs. Again, back to the overview, the search page. Obviously this allows you to choose which one you want for the search page. Again, the search page, we have multiple different layouts and designs for the search page. So you would set the search page you want. Announcements go at the top. So if I click save this. Okay, if we just go out to the home page. Okay, we have an announcements bar at the top, very big black bar right at the top, and obviously that allows you to turn that on and off and customize the text and link for that. Okay, again, if we go to the other options, we have designs. So these are all the designs you can choose from that come built in with the theme. I'll cover that in a moment. Colors, obviously you can change all the primary colors, the secondary colors, etc. So the primary color for this one is blue. If I want to change it, for example, to green, I would select the one I want, close, save settings, give the website a refresh. And you can see now my entire website is now taken on all these green elements. So it changes all of the primary colors for the website into the newly selected color. Okay, if we go again to the overview page, we can add custom CSS, so we can paste our own custom CSS and JavaScript in here. And finally, if we scroll to the bottom, we have blocks. Now, blocks is basically the fundamentals of the PremiumPress theme. So we have built in over 140 or almost 150 design blocks for you to choose from. We have multiple header designs you can choose from to change the design of the header section of the website. And we have multiple design suites. We have 23 headers, 4 different footers, 12 hero designs, which is this one on the main top section here, etc, etc. So we have lots of different designs built into the theme. So that's a very quick overview of the actual design panel. Let's start by resetting the theme and showing you how to reset and choose a different design. So to reset design, again, this is the design we currently have. If I wanted to reset it, I would use this option called New Design. I can click on View Designs, and now I can go ahead and select a completely different design. So currently, again, we have this one set. If I wanted to use a new design, for example, I wanted to use this one on the top, I could preview it. So I just click on Preview, it's going to load it in for me. So this is what it should look like when it's finished. And if we go ahead and look at another one, we can preview this one as well. So I can go ahead and preview the design. So this is what it would look like once it's all loaded in. There we go. So if I wanted to change it, so example, again, this is my existing design. If I wanted to change it to a new one, simply click on Install Theme. So as you can see now, the new design has been set after you've cleared your cache. Again, a quick note, as I've mentioned the word cache, whilst you're designing your website, never install any caching plugins. It's just not a good idea. There's no point to cache a design that's not finished. So for all of your caching plugins, or if you've installed any caching plugins, please turn them off, disable them all, delete them, throw them away, do whatever you want, but just not use a caching plugin while you're designing a website. There's absolutely no point to it. So, okay, having a little rant over, again, back to the admin area, clicking on design. Okay, so that was how I would reset. If I decided again that I didn't want this design, I can just click on a different one. I can go for this one, for example, click install theme. Okay, it's going to take me back to my website, and this time the cache is already gone. So that's the great part. So again, you can now start using and customizing the design you've selected for your PremiumPress website. Okay, the next step I want to talk about is the difference between pages and the block sections within a page. So for example, and this is the home page, we have a header block at the top, we have all of the homepage content, and obviously if we scroll to the bottom, we have a footer. So there's a good thing to remember about this because all of the pages have a header and footer. Again, if we view a different page, this is the blog, we have the header at the top, all of the page content for the blog, and the footer is at the bottom. So there are different ways to edit different parts of the page. For example, if I wanted to edit the header, then I would edit in a different section than I do the actual main content. So let's start by breaking the pages down. So I'm going to work at the main content, and I'll show you how to edit the header and the footer afterwards. So in the first example, let's go ahead and edit some of the homepage content. Again, we go to the admin area under the dashboard, we click on PremiumPress, we select design, and now we're going to be using the red options here. We've got edit design. So we've installed design, we've chosen the right design, so we can ignore the blue one, the new design. We're going to be using only this section here, edit design. So I click on edit pages. And here we can see a list of all of the pages that are included within the PremiumPress theme. And these are all of the pages that are editable by default in the admin. If there are any pages that you can't find here, that's because they're not editable within an Elementor or any of the design options. So for example, the My Account page, the checkout page, those are currently not editable using design options because they contain too much core code. So obviously if you design changed it, you might break the page and then users' information might be visible. So again, these pages are all the ones that are currently visible. If I click on view, I can view the page. Again, this is the home page. If I click on view, I can view the about us page, and you get the idea. If I wanted to view the advertising page, I can click view, I can view the advertising page, etc. If I want to edit any of these pages, let's close these windows. If we start with the home page, I have the option to edit, or I can select a design. Obviously I just want to edit the default design. So again, if I just preview my website, okay, this is my current design. I just want to edit the default design. I have two options. I can use the default built-in options, which means I don't need to install any plugins. And if you go to plugins and PremiumPress, there are no active plugins. None of the PremiumPress themes require any plugins, which is one of the great benefits and one of the reasons why a lot of people really enjoy PremiumPress themes. Do not want to use a plugin, you can use the default built-in options. We click edit, And obviously we have all of the design blocks for you to choose from. You can change the block by clicking change. Okay, so we can just select, you can click select design to use a new block, or you can modify any of the existing content by clicking on the setting options and changing the text, etc. So we have the option here, title, as you can see, find the date. This is what we've got on our website here. So I'll just go ahead and change this, say for example 1, 2, 3. I click on save changes, and obviously that will then change on my website. Now, if I want to use a page builder, which is what a lot of people do use, or if you're not familiar with HTML, etc., page builders are a lifesaver, we would go ahead and install Elementor. So let me show you how that's done. We just click on install Elementor, we click install now. It'll load you to WordPress, you can install the latest version, and obviously you can see it's already installed, so I'm just going to go ahead and activate it. And now when we go back to Premium Press, Design, okay, we go ahead and edit design. You'll notice that there's a little Elementor icon that's visible next to it. The install Elementor has gone on the left, and obviously the icon is now appeared on the right, which means now when I edit with Elementor, it's going to load the page directly into Elementor and allow me to edit it using the Elementor page builder plugin. Okay, so our design is now dragged into Elementor and we can go ahead and start modifying. Now, if you're new to Elementor, a quick overview. All the settings are on the left hand side, or your widgets, and all of your visual elements are on the right hand side. So the page is built into blocks. So again, we have the header block. If I click on it, all the options are on the left hand side. Again, the hero block, the options on the left hand side. So if I just give you a quick overview, we have the Premium Press top one, which gives me the ability to change the block. So I can click on change design, and I can select from all the designs that are built into the Premium Press theme. So I could change it to this design if I wanted to. Okay, so you can see the design. I can edit the text. I can do it in two ways. I can use the option on the left and just change it here. Or I can just click on the text itself and change it this way using the keyboard. This is another test. Whichever you feel most comfortable. So just do a go through some of the options, play around with them, and whatever you feel most comfortable, obviously continue using that method. Once you've made any changes, I would recommend you update on the bottom, click on settings, and give the page a memorable name. We have a lot of clients that create multiple pages, hundreds and hundreds of Elementor pages, and they lose track of their pages because they haven't named them properly. So I'm just going to change this one to demo 1. Again, just update it to save the changes, and that way you can keep track of the page. A quick options on the right hand side. If I click on any of the blocks, I can delete the block by clicking the delete section. Again, I can drag the blocks around just by holding or using this option here, so I can move that one above. So I just drag it above. Okay, that's how you move the blocks around. Again, just click on delete if you didn't want it. Or if I wanted to create a new one or use a new one, I can type in Premium Press into the widgets on the top left. Drag the widget over. Okay, I select the category that I want to use. So for example, I'm going to have another text block, and then I choose the design. Just click on the design you want, and it'll automatically set it all up for you. So that's how I would go ahead. Now again, if you don't save the changes, they won't be saved. And as I've just deleted all the blocks I want to show you, I'm just going to refresh the page. Okay, so I've got my my existing changes back. Okay, and I'm going to go ahead and just preview my home page. So if I refresh the page. Okay, so these are my new changes. So again, if we go to the admin area, let me just show you. If I close this window, Premium Press, design. Okay, edit pages. When you install or you set up a new page with Elementor, it's automatically going to apply that to you for the home page. And this is a lifesaver because it really means you don't have to search for that page when you create new ones. So what happens is when you edit this page now, it's going to take you straight to editing the home page. So for example, if you came back in a week's time, you wanted to change some text, so new text, or you wanted to change an image, rather than having to search for the actual this page, you can just click on edit and it'll take you straight back to that page. And now again, if I preview my home page, okay, we can see the new text has now been applied. So it just makes it very easy and very quick for you to go ahead and make changes to your inner pages. Now, just like the home page, there's lots of other inner pages. As you can see, we have the contact pages, advertising pages, etc. And those are all edited in the same way. Again, under design. Okay, edit pages. So for example, the next one we have is about us page. Concept is the same. We can click to preview the existing page. So this is what it currently looks like. And if I wanted to change it, I would just click on edit. It'll load the page into Elementor and give me the options to edit the page. Okay, so you can see the options here. I can just click on the right if I want to change it. Testing 1, 2, 3. Click update. Okay, go back to the admin. Make sure you refresh the page, just because it will set the page for you here. So you can see it set the About Us page automatically for us, just to save some time. And now if I preview my new About Us page, you can see the text changes and all the changes I've made to the page have been applied. So I'll close these windows. It's the same thing for all of the pages on the website. So again, advertising page, contact form, etc. You can customize all of the design options here. Now, whilst we're on this page, let me also show we have a desktop and a mobile view. So you can create a home page for the desktop and your own custom home page for users viewing it from a mobile device. If you don't create one for the mobile, do not worry. It'll just show the home page on the main desktop page for mobile users. So you don't have to create one if you don't want to. It's completely optional. So that's how you would edit any of the existing inner content pages, such as the home page and the About Us pages, etc. Now let's look at the other elements of setting up our home page. For example, the header and the footer. So let me go ahead and show you how that's done. So first, if we go back to the dashboard, just so we can see a starting point, we'll go ahead and we'll start on the header. So we scroll all the way up. This is the header. Let's go ahead and first we're going to change some of the menu options in the header, because that's always a useful one. So the header menu options, we can go into Premium Press if you wanted, settings, and we have a menu option here. This is the main menu for the mobile view, but we have quick links also, as you can see, a header link, and it takes you to the menu. Again, from the dashboard page, the menu options are all part of WordPress. The actual theme uses all of this, the core WordPress options. So under Appearance, we click on Menus. Now, the first thing you want to do is remove the demo menu. So this is a demo menu, and this will only be displayed if you have not set up your own menu. As soon as you set up your own menu, this will be replaced with your own menu. So let me explain. We create a menu name. So we create a menu name, we click Save, and then we add the options to the menu. So we find the options I want. So let's say I want the home page, About Us, and a blog. I click Add to Menu. Again, save my menu, and then I choose where I want this menu to be displayed. Now the theme has 4, so we have this top menu here, these 3 links at the top. We have the main menu, which is this main navigation bar here. And if I scroll to the bottom, we have this footer section here. So obviously let's start with the top one. Let's have a look, scroll to the top. See where it says home, how it works and About Us. We can apply our own links there. So I could turn it onto the top one. So I click top links, US, and this stands for the US version, so the English copy. So if I'm using multiple languages, I would create multiple menus and apply them to different options. So again, if I just refresh the page, okay, now we have home, About Us, a blog, which is the menu options I've set here. If I wanted this menu to be used for the main bar instead, I would untick this one and click on main menu. Again, click save menu, give it a refresh. Okay, and as you can see now, it's been replaced. If, for example, I wanted to remove these completely, so I just wanted this main one here, simply create a new menu, just call it top menu, just to make it easier. Okay, create the menu, assign it to the top links, which is going to assign it to this section here. So I click that, save menu, and as you can see, I've added no elements, so when I refresh the page, okay, it's going to blank out the existing options. So that's how I would hide some of the menus that I do not want. Okay, so again, we have them on the main menus we've set up. You can switch between the menu options by using the drop down here. Click select. And again, let's create one more for the footer. So create a new menu. Labeling is very important again, so just create a footer menu. Apply a link, so let's just create another home and About Us. And this time apply it to the footer links. Save menu, give it a refresh. Okay, scroll over to the bottom, and as you can see, we have the home and About Us in the useful links here. So that's how I would go ahead and change the menuing option. If I wanted to completely change this header, for example, I just didn't like this design, or I wanted to remove the button here, I would do that using the design options again. I would go to Design, Dashboard, Premium Press, again, Design. And this time, rather than using the edit pages, I'm just going to use the header and footer. And this works in the same concept as we had a minute ago. we can use the default options if we wanted, or because I've installed Elementor, I'm going to go ahead and use Elementor. It's the same header and footer. I will just click on the header to start with, and it's going to load the design into Elementor. Okay, so we have our header bar here. So this is the design, and I can go ahead and customize it. Now, obviously what I can do is I click it once, and I can see on the left hand side, I have my design options. I can click on change design, and I can switch to a completely different one. So let me give you an example. I want style 5, I click that. Okay, it's going to load it in. Okay, let's give it an update, just see what it looks like. If we go to my website and give it a refresh. Okay, you can see the header page has not been applied to the home page. If I view an about us page which is an inner page, you can see our new header. Now the reason why this page hasn't been applied is because the whole page is built using the home page in Elementor. So let me explain. If we go to Elementor, because we already have set the header and the footer in Elementor, that's why it's not showing. Now if you want the pages, for example the header, the new header we apply here, so this is the new one we're going to be applying, you want it to be global. Let me show you again. So if you want this header to be global on the home page as well, simply remove the options here, and we can do that very quickly by clicking on the settings, and where it says page layout, we just use the full width layout. So we update. Okay, and you can now see that the header is coming through. And obviously I do not want two headers, so I just go ahead and remove this one and scroll to the bottom, and I remove the double footer as well. So that way then I have the header and footer for the entire website. Again, if I go back to my website and give it a refresh, okay, you can see we have now the header that's applied throughout the entire website. It just keeps consistency. Some people like to have their own header on the home page to be displayed very different to the inner pages. It's completely pure preference. Okay, so again, if we go back to editing the header, so I'll just close these windows. So this is the header. We have a number of options. Again, this is the one we've chosen. You can see we have the phone icon and the search. We can turn these off for extras, so that'll be the phone icon gone. The top menu is this black bar at the top. So if I show you again, this is the one we were editing a minute ago with my account. I can turn that off as well. Okay, and I can obviously change the other options as well. Again, if I didn't want this design, I can click on change design, click on a different one completely. Okay, so we could use a different one. Okay, and if you decide at any point you want to bring back the options, we can just bring back the top header. Now I'm going to keep the top header for the moment because it's got some links. I'm just going to click update. I'm just going to apply this to my website. Okay, so now we have this new design that's applied to my website. And again, because I've set this on my homepage as well, it's going to keep it consistent throughout the entire website. Okay, great. Now if we want to go ahead and do the same thing for the footer, it's the same concept. So if I close this window, go back to my admin dashboard, Premium Press, Design, okay, header and footer, scroll down, and I'm going to do the same thing again. I'm going to edit it with Elementor. Okay, so it's loaded in the actual design, and then if I click it once, again, the options are going to happen on the left hand side. Again, with the footer options, we have different options as well. Here I can change the actual description, testing 1, 2, 3. Okay, I can set my own title links for these ones here. So title 1, title 2. I can choose which menu is displayed here. And again, just like the WordPress menu we set up a minute ago, I can select from the menu options here. So I just do them all for the top or the footer menu. Ideally, if you're going to create two separate menus, you would create another admin menu bar for footer. So we might have footer 1 and footer 2, and then you'd place different menu options. Same with the header. If I decided I didn't like this design, I can click change design and then switch to something that I more prefer. Okay, and again, I can just change it to another one if I don't like this one. Okay, I quite like this one, I think. Okay, if there are some options, for example, the address, this is taken from the admin area. So if I just quickly show you, if you jump to the admin, okay, under Premium Press, Settings, Company, we have the address options here. So this is where you would set the address for your company and some of the company information, and those will be displayed in some of the settings on here. Okay, let's just go back to this one. Okay, click on update. If I go back to view my website, okay, we have the header, we have the main content, and now we have our new footer. Again, if I didn't want the cards at the bottom, for example, I can use the footer settings, and where it says footer style, we can change that to text. So now we just have text. and I can just have my own footer, testing 1 2 3, and then we just have text there as well. So there are lots of options within each section of the Premium Press theme. Just take some time and go through them one by one. Okay, now let's look at pages again, but this time from the WordPress section. So if we go to the admin area of your WordPress dashboard, on the left hand side we have this section called pages. Now this section is part of the default WordPress setup, so you'll see this in all of the WordPress admin areas. So let's click on pages. Now let me quickly explain how this works and how it relates to Premium Press theme. Within WordPress you create pages, and then obviously you create designs within your pages, and then you display them on your website. So if I quickly show you the front end, for example, the home page is a page, the about us page is a page, the blog page is a page. Very simple. Now what happens is within Premium Press themes we apply special designs to these pages to make it easier for you to customize and design them. If I created a new page in WordPress, let me show you what it looks like. So if I give this one called new page test, okay, I'll just add some text. This is a test. Let's publish this page. Let's preview this page. Okay, so this is my new page. As you can see, it's actually very dull and boring. We have the header for the website, we have the footer, but we actually have no design elements and no content. By default, obviously WordPress generally has very little design options. They now have the new Gutenberg editor, which is very poor to say the least, but the design options for WordPress are actually very, very limited. That being said, obviously if you add on Elementor, etc., you can completely customize it, or any other page builder for that example. So for example, this is a default test page. If I use the options here, edit with Elementor, I can edit this page. Okay, let's edit this page in Elementor. I can delete this text I've just added. I can then find the Premium Press options if I wanted to. I could drag them in. Okay, I can add, select the design that I wanted. So let's just select a text block. Okay, it'll set it all up for you. Okay, let's give it some testing text. Testing 1 2 3. Seem to like that at the moment. Give it an update. Okay, give the page a refresh. As you can see now, we have more design options and more ways to customize and make my new page look better. And again, if I've just created this new page, so let's close this window, go back to the admin. Okay, again under pages, so they've just created a brand new page. Reorder, this is my brand new page, my new test page. If I wanted this page to appear in my menu bar, so if I wanted it to be here so it's visible to people on my website, again I just go to appearances, menu, I select the main menu, click select. Okay, let's remove this one, it's a dead page. Okay, save, give it a refresh. Okay, so I select my new page, so here it is on the left hand side, add it to my menu, drag it to the position I want, so I'm just going to add it next to the home page, click save, and then if I give my website a refresh, you'll now see that my new custom page has been added. So if you want to add your own custom pages, again under the dashboard of WordPress, click on pages and add your own page. And obviously we recommend that if you're going to be adding new pages to make the designs look good, we recommend you use Elementor for that as well. Now there are obviously a lot of pages that are pre-created for you. So for example, the About Us page, the Add Listing page, and some people are not sure how this works. So let me explain. If I add listing page, okay, so this is the Add Listing page. It's going to take me to my ad so I can see it. Okay, so this is the Add Listing page for the dating theme. If I wanted to edit some of these pages, for example, if I wanted to edit my Add Listing page, this is a core template page. Now, only the pages that, again, we've mentioned earlier that are found in the admin area under design options. So again, if I go to the admin, if I click on Premium Press, design, edit pages, only these pages are currently editable within the Premium Press theme. So if you try to find the pages that's not currently editable and then Add Listing page is one of them, when I edit in Elementor, I'm going to get this block edit error. You see this page cannot be found. So basically, because these pages for the Add Listing page, etc., contain so much core coding that if you make some mistakes, users' data is possibly visible, this page is not currently editable in Elementor. So the reason why that is because I'm trying to edit a template page within WordPress pages. So on the right hand side, under attributes, you can see we've added a template. So as you can see, this is a template page, and all of the theme options we have use template pages. So basically, if you want to customize a Premium Press page, check if it's available under the edit options here, And if it's not, it's because it's not currently editable. And that's the reason why, because there's too much core code in, especially in things like the add listing page or the my account page or the checkout pages where users' credit card details, etc. might be exposed. So again, the best thing to do with the pages options is view the pages that are currently there. And if I want to add my own, again, just click on add new and create and design my own page. And then I can add it to my menu bar and display it to my customers. Whilst we're talking about pages, things like the About Us page, etc., these are generally speaking created automatically for you when you install the theme, so most people have never had any issues with them. If, for example, I delete all these, I move them to the trash. Okay, so now I have no pages or something's happened and I've lost all my pages and want to add back some of my default pages. So for example, the About Us page, if I remove this one, set it to the default. Okay, if I try to preview this page now, it's going to give me an error. The page isn't found because the page has now been deleted from the section. So to reset the page, to put the page back, I would click on add new. I give it a page title, so About Us, since that's what I want. But the most important section is this page attributes. I assign the PremiumPress template for the page About Us page. So I click on template, I scroll down my list, I find the page that says page About Us. I click publish. Okay, I can preview the page. As you can see now, it's brought back the actual default page for my PremiumPress theme. So this is my default About Us page. So if you ever lose any of the pages by mistake, you've deleted them, etc., to add it back, simply click on add new, give it a title, and then select from the template attributes the page that you're trying to add back. And these are all the default ones that we have in the PremiumPress theme. Okay, and finally, just to finish off the video tutorial, I'm going to show you some of the options again with Elementor, just to help users, as I'm sure a lot of people will be spending a lot of time there. So again, we click PremiumPress, Design, and we're going to be looking at the home page. So we click Edit Pages, and we're going to load into the home page. This will be the current home page for our website. So we're going to load it into Elementor, and I'm just going to show you some of the options to customize your home page. Now again, if we're going to be using the global header, we can remove the header here. So I'm just going to go ahead and do that first. I'm going to go ahead and delete the footer as well. And I'm going to make sure again under my settings, I'm going to set the page layout for Elementor to full width, so that I'm getting the full global header from the actual main website. Okay, so again, I can just preview my website to make sure it's there. Okay, so this is what I'm going to be currently using. Now, there are a couple of options on the homepage that a lot of people ask questions about, primarily some of the carousel options and some design elements. So I'm just going to take you through those one by one. Again, as we've said before, this is the hero, so this section is the hero. To change it, we click on it once and we can view the design options. So as again, you can see here we've got change design, so I can switch that to a different design. So let me take you very quickly through some of the hero options. Okay, if you change to a new design, it's going to automatically try and set it up for you. If you scroll down slightly, firstly we have a header, the title and description. Disabling this will do exactly what it says. It will remove the title and description, and the same with the button, so I can hide the buttons. We have the size element, which refers to the height of the actual block itself. So we can have a very slim one, so you can see it's reduced its height. A large one, okay, so that's a large one. And if I wanted to actually make it full page, then that will make it into a full page. So we get this opaque header at the top and obviously any of the content. So I'll turn back the title, as you can see. So that's how I would make the actual home page transparent at the top. Again, I'm just going to click a medium design. We scroll down, we have what we call featured girls. Now this is for the obviously the dating theme. On the left hand side under our listing settings, we can change this. Basically, it's asking us what the content is. Now where it says featured girls, this is only text, so it doesn't really represent what's in the content. So you must make sure you've changed the actual content or the data that's displaying for the carousel. So again, under listing settings, we have the card style, so we can obviously change the card style. So what we were looking at primarily is this custom. This is the data, so this refers to all of the data that's displayed. So how do we want to get the data that's displayed here? Okay, we have male profiles. This is obviously going to display male profiles, female profiles. Obviously, that's what it's going to do. If I wanted to have featured, so if these were featured people, regardless of gender, then I could use the featured option. So now it's going to display both featured as long as they have a featured value set. if I want to display anything that's set for homepage, which means if I've added an add-on as part of my packages, so if I just quickly show you that, under profile settings, under packages, we scroll to the bottom, we have this section here called featured, sponsored or homepage. Now these are what we call listing promotions. So if you want to set those, make sure you select them here. So obviously anything that's set for to be displayed on the homepage will be displayed here, again with featured and again with sponsored. So if you wanted to put sponsored items on your homepage, that's how you would do it, just there. And obviously you have other options such as random items and anything new items which are newly added to the website. So that gives you an idea of the carousel. So basically all you do is set a title. The title means nothing, it's just a text caption. So make sure you set the actual custom data that's displayed within the carousel. We have different carousel options. Again, if I decided I didn't want this one, I click on the top, the Premium Press, and it's the same with every block. I click once, I click change design, and obviously I can change that as well. So this is a carousel. Now we've gone to a grid layout. Again, the data options are the same, so I can change the data just by clicking on the listing settings and then selecting this custom and then selecting the data from here. So this is quite an important option when you're using this listing settings. Make sure that it's relevant. Obviously, you might say, for example, featured women, but obviously it's got men in there. That's because you haven't set the data correctly. If you want the male only ones, make sure it's set to male only. And again, if you want it to be female only, make sure you've set the data correctly. Again, if you want to delete anything, just click delete and we can keep going. This uses a different card style. Now and again, it's the same sort of setup, listing settings. In Premium Press themes, we have lots of different card styles. Now, another thing to remember is that not all of the settings apply for all of the blocks. Basically, because we have so many different designs, we can't apply all of the settings within Elementor. So again, we can switch to design if we wanted. Changing images, the same concept, just click on the image and find the image. Now sometimes this might be a little bit confusing because Elementor displays all of the options available. You'll see multiple images. This does not mean it rotates, it simply means that it can be used for multiple grids. For example, this block here only uses one image because as you can see it only has one image, so we would select image 1 and then change the image here. So I would pick an image that I like, so this one, and it'll load it in. Now if I change to a different block, say for example I choose the design, you see some of them have 2 images, some of them have one big one, again 2 images, 3 images, so we have different a number of images, and that refers to the image on the section here. So if it's got 1 image in a block, use image 1. If it's got 2, 3, 4 plus images, then you'll find that relates to the image in the block. Okay, if we have a look at some of the options, again with the titles and layouts, for example the titles, some of them have different styles. So you can do style 2 for the title, that makes the header small, makes the main content big. We have a sub HR or a divider element there, and a very similar one with the style 4, it puts it right to the bottom. So there's quite a lot of different design options you can build into the theme. Obviously you could change the fonts as well, we could just use a different font completely, and these will use Google fonts, so you can change those as well if you need to. Personally, I still prefer the default Poppins font. Okay, we go back, and again we're scrolling to the bottom. Now the last thing, and quite an important thing again for many people, with the newsletter. The newsletter is obviously a separate section of the admin area. You can design the elements here, but if the newsletter block is not displaying, it's because you haven't turned it on. And to do that, you go to the admin area, click on email. Okay, we click on newsletter settings, and we make sure we've turned on the newsletter. So if I turn this off, for example, click save settings, give my page a refresh, let's save it first, give it a refresh, you can see that the actual newsletter box has disappeared. So I can design the widgets using the blocks here, but obviously if you want the newsletter to be displayed and be used, make sure you've turned it on in the admin area. Okay, and again, with the good thing about Elementor is that not only can you use the Premium Press options, for example the grids and layouts, etc. Let me show you. You can obviously use the ones that are part of Elementor. So as you can see, we can just click on here, we can change the grids, and we can use the different widgets that are actually part of Elementor as well. So I could put an image in here, I can drag another one into here, and obviously I can use all of the default design options for Elementor to customize and develop my website just like I would, but I've got the added option of using the built-in options with Premium Press at the same time. So again, I can just type Premium Press. So I now have 2 images at the top which are part of the Elementor setup, and I can obviously now choose a block from Premium Press. Okay, always update my website, go back to my homepage and give it a refresh. As you can see, I've completely destroyed my homepage, but this is what it looks like, and this is how I've set it up. So again, a very quick tutorial on editing some of the options in the admin area. I've tried to go through everything you might need to get going with design. Obviously there are some other options in the admin area, like setting up your profile pages, etc., membership packages. I've gone ahead and created another video tutorial, so check out our YouTube page for more information on those video tutorials. Okay, thank you for watching and have a great day.